Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Dani Simone, and if you notice, you're looking at my screen because we're going to actually be getting to work really soon, right after I do a little bit of introductions and letting you know a little bit more about why I'm doing this class and why I think you need to be using Procreate for your brand. So my name is Dani Simone. This is my music, so let me just get away from that for a second. My name is Dani Simone, and welcome to Learn to Sketch and Procreate for dress designers. As you can see, I love to share my sketches, and it's been a way for me to get customers excited and wanting to work with me before I even make their dress. I want to go through a few things before we get started. I want to make sure you guys have had a chance to download your workbook. So this is the workbook here. I'm just looking at it on the web. And then also the templates. We definitely need those templates tonight. I want to show you guys and explain to you why I created these templates and why I want you guys to use them so that you can start sketching as well. So I'm just going to wait just a second for a few more folks to come in. Some people have messaged me to let me know they're coming, so I want to give them a moment to come in. But if you have used Procreate, drop a 1 in the chat, and if you've never used Procreate, drop a 2 in the chat. 1 for yes, you've used Procreate before, and 2 if you've never used it. And welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are coming in. 1 if you've used Procreate before, 2 if you haven't. All right. So I haven't seen anybody put anything in the chat yet. I know you guys are starting to come in. So I'm going to let you guys come in right now while we wait just a little bit longer. I'd like to get started quickly, but I do want to make sure you guys know what's going to be happening, what's going on, and what's expected from this class. And I'm excited for it, so I hope y'all excited too. If you've used Procreate before, drop a 1 in the chat, and if you haven't, drop a 2. I'm so glad you guys are coming in. I'm so happy to see you guys. Yes, this is going to be awesome. I literally love Procreate so much. I have some tools here that I'm going to get ready to show you guys. If you have the workbook, definitely make sure you're taking a look at it because we have some hands-on learning that we're going to do tonight. This is not going to just be me talking. I want you guys to see and learn with me. I'm calling it a draw-along. Nobody else said that before. We've seen sew-alongs, right? I've been to some of them. I know you guys have been to some of them. This is going to be a draw-along, so this is going to be really cool. So welcome, and we're going to get started in just a couple more minutes. It's 8:34, so maybe around like 8:36, 8:37, we'll get started. But make sure you have that the workbook downloaded. This is the workbook. This is what it looks like. I sent you guys a link through email. If you guys did, like, make sure you check your spam. Actually, I can see like who opened it and who didn't. Well, not actually the names, but I can see like if people were able to open it or not. And I see that some people weren't able to open it, so make sure you go and check. Look in your spam folder, see if you see an email from by Dani Simone. That's the name of my, well, by Dani Simone Studio, but by Dani Simone, that is the name of the email it's coming from. And it's going to have the link to download all the materials, okay? So make sure you guys check that out because this is the workbook you're going to get. We're going to go through it. I want to show you real quick. Check that out. I actually put screenshots of what you need to do. So even after tonight, you can go through this workbook and practice, okay? But I really want you guys to practice with me because this is a hands-on learning experience. So I'm super excited. We're going to get started in just a couple more minutes. Let me just show you guys the templates real quick. So this is one of them. It's a mermaid dress template. You guys may have seen this dress before. A lot of people have made this dress for their prom clients. I actually wanted to give you guys an easy way to draw this and change up the designs so you can show your prom clients. And then we have another one. I sent you guys this croquis, actually not that one. I didn't send the back. We're only gonna do the front tonight because back and front is basically the same. But I sent you guys this one here, sorry. I have so much in here, so many drawings, so much going on. So, but I sent you guys this croquis. This is called my Jasmine croquis. I like to name my girls. I don't like to just call them croquis. I like to name my girls so I can create a library of styles around them. And that mermaid dress I just showed you guys, that's one of the styles that I've created. And then I want to show you guys one more. I don't know if it's right here. I'm just going to check. So this is a stamp. We're not going to mess with stamps tonight though, but this is a stamp and it lets you draw really easy. And so instead of sending you guys stamps tonight, because it's actually a little bit more work to try to download it, I actually just sent you files. So make sure you check your email from by Dani Simone to see if that workbook is there, and also your croquis and the skirt template, and then the mermaid dress I just showed you is going to be there. Okay, we're only going to work on the mermaid dress tonight, but I want you guys to see another template that you can play with. Okay, so let's get back to that workbook. Something was on my screen. Okay, I had the window open in here, so little bugs was flying in. I'm in my studio right now, and we do not have AC. I'm sorry, we just don't. It's hot up in here. All right, so I think we can get started. It's 8:37. I'm so excited to meet you guys. I'm not going to be able to like come on screen, and the reason is because this is a hands-on learning class, but I want you to know a little bit more about me and know how I got started, learn more about my journey as a designer. I'm not going to go too long on it, but I just wanted to let you know that I've been sketching for years, like since I was 9 years old. I kind of gravitated towards drawing and kind of started drawing wedding dresses and party dresses and prom dresses at a young age. And I ended up going to school for it, for fashion design. I went to school in California. I worked in the LA Garment District. And then from the LA Garment District, I moved to New York. I worked in the New York Garment District or Fashion District. And one of the things that got me the jobs that I was able to get in the industry was the fact that I can draw pretty well. You know, I can draw pretty good. And that's super important. Like when you're trying to get a job in the industry, people need to be able to see what you're talking about. But I ended up taking what I learned and starting my own bridal business. So this was back in 2007, 2008. And then at the same time as, you know, starting my own bridal business, I ended up getting called for a denim company. The denim company was looking for somebody to draw embroideries, to draw different marketing materials, and also to make jeans. So not to sew them or any of that stuff, but just to draw what they should look like. I got the interview and I got the job because I showed them my portfolio with all my drawings. I used to draw mostly in Illustrator, and in 2020, okay, so in 2020, I heard about Procreate. I would see all these really beautiful illustrations. I thought they were using Illustrator, so I started going hard on Illustrator. And then somebody was like, no, that's not Illustrator, that's Procreate. I'm like, what is that? So I kind of felt like maybe I don't need to learn this. It's not a big deal. I'll just stick to what I'm doing. But Illustrator, y'all, it's a lot of work. It's hard. It takes a lot of time. And the results, they can be absolutely beautiful. But when you're a designer, it's not about illustration. It's actually more about just communicating what you're trying to sell, or what you want your customer to understand that they're going to end up getting if they buy with you. So in 2021, I bought an iPad. I downloaded Procreate. I paid for the subscription because I think it's like $49 forever, which I think is cool too, because Illustrator is also crazy expensive. So I downloaded it. And then I started trying to use it, and it was terrible. I did so bad, y'all. My main thing besides doing CAD artwork, so that's the Illustrator stuff, is to draw by hand. So I'm going to show you guys real quick just a couple of hand sketches. These are not even my best ones, but I'm just going to be honest with y'all. This is what I have on hand right now. So this is some of my hand sketches. Here's another one. And this is of one of the dresses that I actually made, so I just wanted y'all to see that. But I did so terrible with Procreate. I literally was crying one day and feeling like I wasted money because I just didn't understand how to use it. And my husband was like, have you really gone on YouTube? Have you checked out like different videos? So I gave myself like a 30-day challenge to just keep trying to draw and Procreate. And I would actually upload to my Instagram. I have two separate Instagrams. So my Instagram that I specifically use for my bridal is by Dani Simone Studio. And then at that time, it was more like just my illustration Instagram. It's by Dani Simone. So you can check it out. Some of those 30-day challenge things are still on there. And they're terrible. Okay, they're bad. They're real bad. But I kept trying. And then I actually hired somebody to give me one lesson. And she was like, you said you know Illustrator. Like, this is the same thing. All you basically have to do, like, you have more control because you have this, you have the Apple Pencil. And I said, okay, well, let me just keep trying. So I kept trying, and it took a while, y'all. It took, like, I want to say 6 months to get to a point where I felt like proud enough to share my sketches. And then after that, I felt like I just kept getting better and better and better. And I think the real reason is because if you keep trying, you will get better. I know that, you know, a lot of folks on here sew. And, you know, like when I first started sewing, I was garbage, like pure garbage. But as I started trying more and trying new techniques and learning more and asking questions, I got better. So that's why I created this, because I feel like there's nobody who's really focusing on Procreate for dress designers. And spoiler alert, at the end of this, I'm not going to tell you about a program that I'm selling, though I am planning on launching one, a course. But this tonight is really just about learning. So that's why I'm here tonight. And please feel free to drop your questions in the chat if you want to, or you can hold it for the end, because we are going to have a Q&A session. All right, so that's my story of Procreate, learning to draw through, you know, this amazing tool, and why I decided, like, I wanted to share this with other people. I love to draw, and now, like, my drawings are next level. Like, when I look at these drawings, like even these two girls right here, I love them. They're so gorgeous. So I want that for you too. So that's why I gave you guys the workbook, the croquis, and the templates. This is Jasmine right here. So this girl right here, this is Jasmine. I actually forgot to give you some hair. So I might send that to you guys afterwards, send you guys some hair, but really I want you to focus on the dresses. And yes, what you're looking at right here, you see all this lace and all that, that is a bit more advanced. But if you stick with me, not tonight, because that's a really long class, but not tonight, I will definitely be teaching you and showing you more and more things to help up your Procreate game. Also on TikTok, I sometimes share, and also I've been doing it on Facebook too, but I sometimes share like little tutorials, but I'm waiting for people to let me know what they want to see. That's basically why I created this class anyway, because I want you guys to be able to learn the basics of Procreate and then, you know, go from there. So I'm gonna take a quick sip of water and we're gonna get into this. All right, so you know about me, but let's talk about Procreate. Procreate, the reason why I feel like it's super important for designers, especially dress designers, if you design wedding dresses, if you design prom, evening, party dresses, any kind of special occasion dress, or even day dresses. I know a lot of us have goals in the future of expanding our lines and expanding our brands. One of my goals is to create a day dress line, because I want more people wearing my dresses, right? But the reason why Procreate is so cool is because it allows you to create a library of different designs and styles. So I started you guys' library off with that, with the two, with the croquis and then the two templates. Let me just show you guys again. And remember, if you don't have it, you need to let me know and I'll make sure you'll get that workbook. But I did send it through email if you gave me your email address. So this is one of the templates you're gonna have. It's a skirt with a split. We're not going to work on that one tonight. We might do another class if you guys are down, where I'll teach you how to use that and then also do some shading. But tonight we're working on this mermaid dress. That's why I give you guys that template. So I want you guys to make sure you download it, okay? But this adds to your library, you know? So like this one dress, I have made so many different versions of it. Actually, I'm going to show you guys a few versions of this dress. This is when I was playing around with and working on, and then I said, let me save it for the class. Okay, but as you can already see, I took off that sleeve. I made a strapless look to it. So that's super cool, and I can do more ideas like that. I'm gonna show you guys another couple ones. See, y'all get to see all my goodies and all the stuff in the background. Oh, this one right here. Y'all, I'm sorry, but I love this dress. I'm making this dress. I don't care what nobody say. This dress is getting made. But this is that same template I just gave you, and I just added to the top of it a little mock neck, and then I added like gloves. I don't know what I was about to say. I think I was going to say sleeves, but it already has sleeves. And I changed the neckline, and I'm going to show you guys how you're able to do that. Okay, so it's actually super cool. One dress can give you so many options, and imagine you can send that to your client and be like, hey, you know, you said you wanted this style, but what do you think of this version and this version, this version? Because a lot of times, you know, when you do custom, so I do custom wedding dresses. When you do custom, sometimes our clients come to us and tell us, oh, I want this or I want that specific thing. and then you hit them with something different, something new that they didn't know they could get, and you literally can use those templates to do that. All right, so another thing that I love about Procreate is that there's so many shortcuts that you just can't get when you're drawing on pencil and paper. You can copy and paste. You can, I don't want to get too deep into the jargon, because you're going to be like, what is she talking about? I want to show you guys. But the reality is you can change different elements around and make things look so different. Would you believe that these two dresses actually came from the same basic template? Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right. And then I feel like Procreate is so much fun. It literally is so much fun. Every time I design something, I feel so excited. I feel like, wow, like I literally made that. And even like looking at these two right here, these were made at 2 different times. I think this one I made like a couple months ago. This one I made like last year. Maybe about a year ago. But the thing is, like, I can see my progress getting better, and that is so much fun, just to be able to see how I'm growing. And I want that for you too. So that's why we're here tonight. We're gonna get into learning, okay? Before we get into learning, well, actually not before, this is part of the learning. I wanna go through this workbook really quick, just at least the beginning. So I do have a legal disclosure. So what you learn tonight, I want you to use it with your clients. I want you to use it to show them options, but I do not want you to sell my templates and my croquis that I've created. I'm gonna show you how to make your own, okay? It's not gonna happen tonight. I'm hoping to do that in the future, but I'm gonna show you how to make your own. So please don't sell the template that I sent to you, the skirt and the mermaid, and please don't sell my Jasmine, don't sell her, okay? But I absolutely want to see you guys sharing this, sharing it on your social media, sharing it, you know, in your marketing, and then of course sharing it to sell your dresses, okay? So make sure y'all read that before you make any decisions about how you want to use this past what I just said, okay? All right, so this is me. You guys can look through this later if you want to, but that's me. That's what I look like. A little less makeup right now though. So this is the contents. I'm not going to go through the contents because I want to jump into the tools, okay? So I'm going to take you through the tools you need to get started with Procreate fast. While there are many tools available for your usage, I've chosen to share what matters most to get you ready to start sketching. I've simplified the usage of Procreate to make it easier for anyone to get started, so please stick with me. If you don't have any of the items in the optional tools section, don't worry, just skip it for now so you can make progress ASAP. So I separated this list. So this is optional, and I'll go through some. I have some of the items here too, and I'm gonna tell you guys I'm not even using them because it's that optional. You don't need it for success in Procreate, but you need this. You need an iPad. I prefer you don't use a mini or phone, just because it makes it hard to get the right resolution. Your images, you're not gonna see the whole thing. And it's hard to share that way. But if that's all you have, you can go ahead and, you know, play around with it. But do invest in an iPad. Listen, there are so many uses for an iPad for your business. I do so many things. And again, in the future, I would love to share with you guys some of the things that I've started to do with my iPad. Even like literally a client coming into my studio and I'm pulling out the iPad, not a piece of paper, you know, not something I printed out, and having them sign the contract here. It's really cool, you know? So please, if you can, invest in an iPad. It needs to be at least a 10.5 and higher or larger, whatever. This is, I believe, a 10.5. So this is not a pro. I watched a lot of YouTube videos and they were like, oh, you got to have a pro. No, you don't. This, I think I got this for maybe 700. Yeah, I think 700. Because I think the new version, this was a refurb. I got it off the Apple store. I trust in the Apple store. But I got this refurb for like 700. And I think the new version, and this was like, I think 2 years old. So right now it's like, so this is 23, so 3 years old. So this is 3 years old now. No, that doesn't make any sense. No, that's wrong. I have to think about it. Okay, so I have to think about when I bought this, because I thought I bought this, and I bought it in 2021, and it was 2 years old then. Okay, so then now it's 4 years. All right, forget it, whatever. But yeah, so you can invest in an iPad. It doesn't have to be brand new. People are always selling them. Just make sure you know the age of it, because you need obviously the Procreate app downloaded. So I was going to say that next, but also you need an Apple Pencil. And some of the older versions are not compatible with an Apple Pencil. The 10.5 inch and larger is compatible with the Apple Pencil. So keep that in mind. This is just a regular Apple Pencil. This one was, I think it was 140. It was 140. I might be lying. It might have been 100. This wasn't refurbished. This was new, because I just wanted to make sure it was, you know, it was in good condition and I could do what I needed to do. But they do sell refurbished ones. I just saw one the other day. It was like $80 or something like that. So you definitely need an Apple Pencil. However, I was asked, could you use a different stylus? So I bought from my daughter. So my daughter, at her school, they have to use iPads. Like most kids' schools these days, they have to use iPads or Chromebooks or whatever. So I bought for her, instead of the Apple Pencil, because I was afraid she might lose it, I bought her a stylus off of Amazon. It looks just like this. It's not as heavy. And it seems a little bit thinner to me. So, and that's just because I use this all the time. So I probably just can tell like little nuances. But she was able to draw. She wasn't using Procreate. She was using a different tool, but she was able to draw and do things like that with it. So I believe that Apple Pencils are not the only thing you have to use, but I do think it's worth it to invest in an Apple Pencil and an iPad. And look, I forgot the L on Apple Pencil, so Apple Pencil. And then the last thing is a paper fill screen that protects your iPad. So you can't see it on mine. It's literally on here. There's like, you have to adhere in a specific way. But I bought this paper fill from Amazon. I believe that I put the link in the event information, as well as in some of the emails I sent to you guys. From what I can tell, when I first got my iPad and I didn't have it on there, and I hadn't gotten this yet, my Apple Pencil was smooth, like swirling all around, like it wasn't adhering really well. So this helps you get like the feel of paper as you draw. Okay, so make sure you try to get one of those and make sure it's the right size for your screen. I have bought so many different things from either my iPad, from my MacBook, from my phone that did not fit. So just make sure you know the size of your stuff, okay? All right, so these are some of the optional tools. I even have a link in here if you guys want it. But this is something that I was using at first. So I was using this in 2021, and then I kind of forgot it sometimes. I didn't know where it was. And then I realized I didn't need it. So these are artist gloves. I'm just going to put it on so you guys can see. So I thought that this was like so important and so needed because I watched the video and this guy was like, oh, you got to have it for drawing. So this is what it's supposed to do. This is so unwieldy to me though. But if you feel like you might need it, because I think it did help me with not moving all around, I guess. But I don't think it's necessary. So that's why I said it's under optional tools. But click on that link. This link will get you 6 of these for, no, sorry, not 6, 4 of these for $6.99. So it's a deal. I have a few more of these hanging around somewhere. I just don't use them, so I don't know what to tell you. I have an iPad cover. I don't have it on here right now because when I draw, I just don't really love it on there. When I draw for videos, I don't love it on there. So if you want, you can get an iPad cover. I do suggest it to protect your iPad, but you don't need it just to draw and Procreate. Also, I have this Apple Pencil cover. The other day, my son ripped off the back of it, so it covers this part, the part that you stick into either the iPad or, you know, something else to charge it. It came off, so I'm gonna have to get some new ones. So if you guys notice, I don't have it on the end anymore. But it also came with these little nibs, so I can cover it up. But I don't use them very often. Most of the time, I just stick my pen. I'll show you guys my janky iPad cover. Like it's dirty, it's whatever. If you get a light color iPad cover and you use your iPad a lot, it'll get dirty. So I usually keep it right here. You know, so I stick it down in there. So you don't really need the nib cover or the top, the charger port cover either. And then the last thing is Procreate brushes. So when I first started out, I went and I want to tell you guys, I paid like over I don't say spend. I'm not going to talk about spend right now, but I'm going to say, I feel like I need to say, instead of why I didn't just say spend, but I say I paid or I bought. So I bought over $200 worth of brushes. I was going crazy because I thought you needed all these different brushes. But come to find out, if you're a dress designer, you don't need all these different brushes. Some of these are really great, like if you do landscapes or stuff like that. But for us, we don't really need it, okay? And I actually designed some brushes, and I would love to share those with you guys. I'm thinking about bundling them up and maybe creating like a little shop for that. I'll let you guys know though. All right, so let's move on because we got to get to drawing, right? And like I said earlier, if you have used Procreate before, drop a 1 in the chat if you have, or the comments. If you have used Procreate before, drop a 1. If you haven't, drop a 2. Sorry. All right, so I'm going to take you through a hands-on lesson on how to start using Procreate fast. There are many different tools available in the Procreate app, but as a dress designer, many are unnecessary, so I'm only focusing on the ones that you need to get started fast. Follow me in what I'm calling a draw along and begin getting comfortable and familiar with the tools you'll need to draw professional quality sketches. Let's begin. All right, so this is what I need you guys to do. If you have your workbook, you're going to probably be switching back and forth if you want to, but you can also just follow what I'm doing. I have these instructions on my laptop right here, so I'm going to be, making sure I follow the instructions that I wrote, but we're going to jump over to Procreate, okay? So let's get into Procreate. So first, what I want to do is we need to make a canvas. We need to have a canvas to draw on. And see all those, all that stuff, those are called canvases, okay? Canvases are what we draw on. That's where we put our artwork. So we need to make some canvases. So let me give you the correct dimensions for this, okay? So press right here up in the top upper right corner. Press the plus sign. And then I've made the correct size before, but I'm just going to show you guys what you do if you need to make a canvas from scratch. What happens is if you make a canvas, like you put the sizing, it stays there forever and you can just copy it. But right now, let's make a canvas from scratch. So you can do two things. You can either make a portrait or vertical canvas, and that's what we usually would use, or you can make a landscape, not landscape. Is it called landscape? Horizontal? I think it's called landscape, right? Yeah, landscape. Okay, sorry. Or you can make a landscape one. Let's do a horizontal. So the number is 2048 and it's pixels. Make sure you're set to pixels, PX, and then 3000. Okay, so width is 2048, height is 3000 pixels, right? Let's press create. Now we have the size canvas that we want, okay? And this is just like drawing on a piece of paper. You want a size that goes with your paper or goes with the size of paper. So that's the first one. And then this one, it's the landscape version. So 3000 by 2048, okay? And then create. And I'm only showing you, we're not going to use this one tonight, but I just wanted to show you guys the difference. I use like this one if I'm doing like quick ideas, if I'm trying to design like a mini collection and I need to have like 3 or 4 or whatever in, one document. But usually we use this one. So this is the one we're going to use. Okay. All right. So we're going to now click the wrench tool. So remember, please have the workbook and the template and the croquis downloaded. Okay. So press this wrench tool up here, and then we're going to press insert a photo. And then you guys see I was working on the workbook today, so this is a lot of different stuff. I just need to scroll down just a little bit, and I'm going to grab this croquis right here. So I need you guys to do the same thing. And you see she big, right? She is so tall. We need to make her smaller, actually. So we're going to select just unselect that arrow up here. We're going to do that in just a moment, but I want to show you guys the correct steps to do. All right, so hit that S up here. You see that S right here? And it's also in the workbook. We're going to select, okay, we're going to select by drawing all the way around this croquis. And then when you hit that arrow, it selects the entire thing. So now I can make her big and small. You see that? I'm going to make her small to put her in the center. So I made a note, and the note is that a lot of gowns end up taking a lot of space on your canvas. So what I typically do is I make it pretty small if I know like I'm going to draw a long train or, anything like that. So I'm just centering it a bit. And then we can unselect that, okay? And let me know if I'm going a little bit too fast. I can back that thing up if you need me to. All right, so we're going to talk about layers. So I just want to explain really quickly before we jump into layers. The reason why I designed this class this way is because I could just tell you what to do, or you can just watch me do it. But I want you to be able to go back in that workbook to see exactly what to do. I took a lot of pictures so you could see. So please feel free to do that if I'm moving too fast. If you need to drop a question, and maybe we come back to it later and I can show you again, just make sure you let me know, okay? let's do some layers. Okay, so layers are located here. See how those two squares are kind of laying on top of each other? So what you're gonna do is create a new layer. So this is super important. Please never, ever, 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 ever draw on top of like your croquis or like your main layer. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you draw right on top of that, if you have to erase, if you have to change something, if you have to go back, you will find that you might have ruined your drawing. So we're gonna press plus up here, and now we created a new layer, okay? Now we're gonna select the little boxes here. Sorry, having a little glitch moment. Okay, so see the little checkbox here? I want you guys to see what happens when you click it. Oops, that's not the right one. Sorry. This checkbox here, it makes the image go away, okay? So sometimes I remove the image so that I can see what I'm doing, or if I don't really want to have the croquis behind it, I might remove it. But I just want you guys to see that. All right, so now we're gonna click the N here, and then this section right here, this is the opacity. So now notice how it's going light and dark, right? Sometimes you might want to do that. I usually do that with like certain elements. If I want to, like with my corsets, if I want to have a sheer bodice and then there's exposed corsets. So I use that for that. Okay. All right. So now we need to make sure you bring it back to regular, okay? So bring it back to the maximum. Okay, so now let's play with color. So I'm going to show you guys where color is. So I just want to center everything again. All right, so in this section right here, this little circle, click here. This brings you all your palettes. So you guys won't have as many palettes as me. I'd just be, you know, paletting it up. In the future, I can show you how to make different palettes. But I do want to show you this. So down here, there's disc, classic, harmony, value, palettes. The only two that I really use all the time is disc and palettes. So I'm going to press disc, and so you get a color wheel, okay? So if you play around, you can play around with the color within a hue. And of course, if you bring it here, it's black. If you bring it over here, it's more that true color. If you bring it over here, it's more gray. Up here is white. And then there's, actually I said true color. This is more like the true color to me up here. If you play around with this, you can change that hue. So now I've got like a reddish hue. Now I've got a magenta-ish, fuchsia. What y'all call that? Do y'all call that fuchsia or magenta? I say fuchsia, I think. Okay, here's blue. So you get your navies, your cobalts. And then, you know, you can just bring it all around. Here's your yellows, here's your orange. But typically you're going to play around with here if you're trying to get the right version of your color, okay? So now we're just going to choose a black color to work with, okay? And I'm kind of moving through this faster than I expected just because this is actually super simple stuff. But if you ever forget, just go through the workbook again. All right, so let's talk about brushes. So this is my brush library. I have brushes I've made, brushes I've bought, and basically the brushes that you need. I'm gonna take you through my favorite ones. Okay, so my favorite brushes, we'll start with, we're doing with the inking palette. So this is inking. I like the inking palette because it gives you a strong, bold line if that's what you're looking for. Sorry, I like the technical pen in the inking palette because it gives you a strong, bold line. So I already showed you guys in the workbook like how those things look, but I'm just gonna make that a little bit bigger. So see that? It's a nice thick line. And then the next one I like is Syrup, okay? So that one's a thick pen and I use it to fill in colors. So see that? And then the next one I like is, I might have skipped some brushes. I hope I did not. And if I did, I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah, I think I did. I skipped my pencil brushes. Okay, so let me show you guys my pencil brushes or my sketching brushes. So there's 3 that I like from here. I've been really into the 6B pencil. Hopefully I got that. So see that? It's like a sketchy line. You see that? And then the next one I like is the technical pencil. I actually used to use this one a lot, but I feel like it's it's that kind of technical pencil I don't like. You know, mechanical pencils where the lead is too sharp or too hard. I was gonna say dry, that's not right. This one I'm starting to think might be nice too. This is called Peppermint. That's a little bit too thick. And I'm gonna teach you guys about that in a second. But this one is called Peppermint. It's really thin as well. It's kind of like, let me see. I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger. So see that as like if you hold your pencil different ways, it's this Apple Pencil is super intuitive that it changes the way it draws. So I think the first time I did it, I didn't realize that it's kind of a dry or rough kind of pencil too. Maybe not rough, sharp, I don't know. But I still like the way that looks better. So see those? So this is my favorite one, 6B. This one is Technical Pencil, and this one is Peppermint, okay? And then, like I said, this is Technical Pen. This is my favorite one for borders. And then this one is Syrup, which is my favorite fill-in pencil. Now, everybody ends up finding pencils that they like. I'm going to show you, not pencils, sorry, brushes that they like. So as you're playing around with this, try to figure out which brushes you prefer for different things. This is my favorite for doing shading. I'm definitely going to do a class on shading so you guys can see what I mean, but this is my favorite for shading. And it's called Gloaming, sorry. This is in the drawing palette, and it's called Gloaming. So there, it looks like I mixed up and messed a whole section, so I apologize for that. But there should be a section that tells you about these pencils as well, the Gloaming pencil, okay? All right. And guys, if you have a question, please let me know. Actually, I think Gloaming is there. Maybe I missed the first one. All right, so let's play around with size and transparency. So let's clear this this entire, layer. We want to keep the first layer, so we're not touching that. We're just going to clear this layer. So we just click on layer 2, and then you see all these selections here. This is a menu. We're just clicking clear. So it took everything away. And that's easier than erasing. Erasing is, something that could be a little bit time consuming since I drew so much there. But you can just clear the layer if you don't need anything else on it. Okay, so let's play. Oh, I forgot. We need to play with the size of these pens. I'm not going to do every single pen. If you look in your workbook, you'll see there I have the different sizes in the workbook. But here, we're still on Gloaming. So I'm going to do a really small one. I think this is 1%. Let's do 2%. So this is 2% Gloaming. I'm just going to do it once. And then this is 13% Gloaming. And then this is, yikes, so thick. This is 55%. So maybe you can already see this is why I use it for like shading and filling in highlights and stuff, because it has that, it's not a straight flat color, but I like it because of that. And then I'm gonna do let's just stay on the same one. So I'm gonna do the same size, but I'm gonna show you guys transparency. So if I play with this, it brings or opacity. So the opacity goes up and down if I play with this. Let's go for, what is that? Oops, it's moving. Let's go for like a 6. See, that is so light. And then this is 40%. And then this is, I'm not gonna do 100 because you guys already know what 100 is. So see that? So this was 6, 40, what is that? Well, I guess I won't know since I moved it. Well, that's probably like 75%. So you can play with the size of your actual brushes and like the size that you draw in, and you can also play with the opacity of the drawing. So again, I do a lot of like sheerness for like my corsets. Like I have a style which is a lot of boning and sheer corsets and stuff like that. So I usually do it on the layer like I showed you. So again, this was making that layer more transparent. But this is another option. And a lot of times what I find is that people come up with their own options for what they prefer. So I'm just going to delete this. So remember, we click on here again. So we click that layer and I'm pressing clear because I don't need to do too much with that. Okay. All right. So, and then also I want to show you guys this. This is going to be your best friend. It is the undo and redo. So at the bottom of this slider, for the opacity and the sizing, you also have undo and redo. So I'm going to undo what I just did. So I brought it back. Let's undo a little bit more. So see, I'm taking stuff off and now I'm bringing it back. And then the last thing I did was I cleared it, so I was able to redo that clearing. So again, you can just tap it and then it'll bring it back or take it off, you know, whatever you like to do. Now, I personally, again, I prefer to just press clear. But undo and redo it, you're gonna need it a lot. Okay, I'll be needing it all the time. Sometimes I erase something and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to erase that, and I can undo it. But again, remember what I said about drawing on this first layer here? If you do that and you try to undo it, you might have to redo the entire drawing if you've been drawn on this. And I got to tell y'all, I do this all the time. Sometimes I do it all the time. Sometimes that don't make no sense, but I do it all the time. Literally, I was just drawing something yesterday, and then I realized, dang it, I'm on the wrong layer. So just try to keep that in mind. All right, so I think what we're gonna do now is create this dress. So let's go back here to the wrench. We're gonna press insert a photo. And then again, remember I said, like, I had all these pictures, so ignore those. That's from, you know, earlier, like I said. I'm gonna choose the mermaid. And you see how she's super big? Now remember, we resized before. Since I had just brought it in, it's already selected. But again, if I didn't just bring it in, I would have to select it like this. And then I use the edge of this, the edge of the box, the selection box, to make it bigger or smaller. So somehow this switched itself. It was not, this is not the right orientation. So at the bottom, this is not in your workbook, but just keep in mind, just in case the Croquis is doing that to you guys too. I feel like yours is fixed, but just in case it's not, this will not fit her as it is right now. So it's still selected. I just need to press down here. See this whole menu here? We're not gonna mess with these right now. I'll show you guys how those work maybe soon, but I don't know. We'll see. But we're just gonna use flip horizontal. So I just flipped it over, and now I'm just making sure it fits her. So I'm just shrinking it and making sure it fits. So what I did with these templates is each template is made for this girl. Her name is Jasmine. And I want you guys to know, like, that's what you can do. Like, you can create croquis and, you know, or, I mean, this is a croquis, but you can create like an image of your client and make clothes that fit her, okay? To show her like how it really look on her. So okay, that sleeve is a little bit weird. Do I got it? Do I got it? Okay, all right. So I'm gonna leave it like this because actually, as we draw, I'm gonna, well, not we draw. I actually want you guys to watch me now and see what I do. So I want to tell you something about this real quick. So remember I showed you guys earlier, you might, I don't know if you know, whoever's watching right now, if you were here at that part, but I also made, they're called stamps. So I also made stamps of these. So this one, I had to download it and send it to you guys a different way. But in the future, what you guys will be able to do is just click one of my stamps. So I'm going to click here. This is a stamp that I created, which is this dress. Okay, so I'm just going to see that? So instead of you having to make it really small. So instead of you having to click there, import it and all that, you'll be able to just use this brush. However, it's a whole thing to teach y'all how to download it. So again, if this class, if you like it and you want to learn more, y'all let me know, and then I will actually send you guys this and teach you how to download it or import it into your brushes. But it is a big thing, okay? So I didn't want to do that tonight. I wanted to make it easy so you guys can get started quickly. And this is what I did. I didn't use any of the stamps and the template things. I just brought in croquis, okay? So actually they were croquis I drew, and then I just traced over them. So what I have to do now, oh, this is not fitting her at all. And y'all didn't say nothing, Lord. Okay. So I feel like the size is slightly off. Let me just fix that. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay, that's pretty good. I drew her to have more hip than she actually does. Okay, so the reason why I was saying all that is because the way that this is downloaded, the color changes a little bit. So I'm going to show you real quick, if you want to change the color of a line, how to do that, okay? So You don't have to select it, but I just wanted to let y'all know that we're on this layer, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm clicking here, so I want it to be do I want it to be black? Yeah, I want it to be a black line. I might change it to like a gray again if I do a white dress, but we'll see. She's still a little bit off, but let's just do this color. So what you do is you just drag from here. So you see how I'm dragging it? I have that little black line, the black circle. Then you drop it right on top of that line. And now the outline of the dress is black, okay? And then what happened is somehow this file type, I end up having to erase a little bit because it just grabs color in different weird places. So I'm just erasing, and you guys can do that too. Just get close. So this is how you do it. You, just like what we do on our phones, get close, select the erase tool. You might notice that it says different, you know, brush types. It's because it's assuming that the last time I drew, I was drawing maybe with syrup or something like that. So it's assuming that I want to erase in syrup. The only time that is bothersome is if, see this one with all those lines? So it's bothersome if I go like this. See that? It did some weird stuff, you know? So if you get that, just go back into this palette and change it to like a simple one. Like syrup is nice, technical pen is nice because it's nice and smooth on the outside. Studio pen is nice too. All right, sorry. See how I had to use that undo? So I'm just erasing this, and I'm not going over the line because I still want to keep, you know, these outline lines. So I'm just erasing. And we have to do this because I'm going to show you guys how to fill in the dress. Because I really want, after this class, for y'all to play around and just really see what it's like to draw on this. And this is like the super fastest, easiest way. Here's another little, I like to call them ghosts, when they just kind of stay for some reason. I try to get as close as I can to that line. All right. Okay, so we're just going to leave it like this for now. I see a couple more, but we're going to leave it like this. And I'm just going to play around with this size again. I just don't know why. It's just not fitting so great. It usually is a really great fit. You know, like I made it to be close, but have a slightly, I designed it to have like an almost padded shoulder, like a boulder shoulder. I don't know if I like that word, boulder shoulder. Okay, let's do a little bit more when it comes to design for this dress. We're going to color this dress in. So in the workbook, I did it light pink, but I'm not going to do it light pink. I'm going to select a different color. Let's do ivory. So this is my ivory wedding dress palette. This is yet another thing that I would love to share with you guys, so you don't have to create your own palettes. Does that make sense? Oh no, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. What should we do? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like something happened when it got saved. I don't know what happened. Because just like how it had those little weird ghost colors that we didn't put, somehow I think it messed up the size. Okay, so again, with the sizing, I had to keep on shrinking it a bit more. I'm so sorry, you guys. So with the sizing, just get it as close as you can, because honestly, you can change the design so you don't have to worry about the sleeve. And then when it comes to those stamps I showed you, I can get those to fit a lot better. But I just couldn't share that with you right now because it just was a big hassle to try to teach downloading, and it takes a long time, or importing is what they call it. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let's get color. I'm just gonna do the ivory just so y'all can see. I use a darker hue for the color, and I'm gonna grab the inking, and this is what you do if you want to, you know, kind of fill in. You're just kind of making an outline. Oops. And guess what I just did? I drew on the wrong layer. So if I had drawn on there, I would have ruined it and I would have had to redraw it. So I'm sorry. What you do is click on layer 1, press the plus sign, and now you're on the right layer. Okay. All right. So now I'm filling this in. You can do it as roughly as you want to, because we're just doing it so you can see how it works to fill in. You will have to clean it up afterwards, and there are options for, you know, filling in that don't require this. But the truth is, with dresses and fashion, it's actually a little bit hard to get all the different spots by creating a mask. Like that's one technique. You create a mask, and then I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't even said that because y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's pretend I didn't say that. The point is there's more difficult techniques to get the color in here, and I don't want to go through that right now because it's just a lot, you know. But this works just fine. You just have a lot of cleanup to do in the end, and I'll show you guys real briefly. If you watch any of my live videos, you'll see me cleaning up the edges and stuff. So I'm just trying to get close and fill this in. I don't even know if tonight I'm gonna color the whole dress when I just free draw, so y'all can just see. All right, so now you select this, drag it, and drop it to the dress, and now my dress is ivory. Okay, and you guys don't have the same palettes for color I have. Oops. You guys don't have the same color palettes as I do. Okay, so the brush I used to fill it in, this was the syrup brush, which is in the inking palette. I like this one because it gives you a nice thick bold line, so that you don't have to try to do all the tiny details. Like that's what you can do afterwards. So see how I'm pulling it up and I'm getting the eraser and I'm kind of erasing the excess that went over. If you do a really skinny brush, pen or a brush, it's kind of hard to clean all this up. And it's hard to fill it in. So I just like a nice thick brush so I can quickly fill it in. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen now. Make sure you keep on throwing your questions into the chat or into the comments. I'm saying chat like we're on Zoom. Throw them into the comments. I will look at them in a second, but I'm gonna show you guys. And now this is not in the workbook, but I just wanna show you guys just me drawing real quick so y'all can see what I can create with this dress. So I'm not gonna do the full deal because I don't want y'all to be on here all night long. It's Friday night, not like I got anything else to do. Haha. All right, so I'm just cleaning this up and adding more color here. Do you guys think it would be helpful to have like super mini lessons, like the length of a reel, where I just show literally one thing? So like when I showed how to create a canvas, make just one reel or one TikTok, and that's what I show for that, you know? If you think that's a good idea, let me know in the comments, because I want to make sure that we're all together on this, and also that I'm, you know, giving y'all what y'all need. So I'm not going to talk as I do this. I'm just going to do it so y'all can see. And I can move pretty fast. And I know y'all like, why did you just do that? Watch, boo-boo. Okay. I'm gonna take the colors off real quick because I just wanna do something right quick. So remember I said my thing is boning. Let's do some boning. I love corsets. Ooh, that's not the right one. Oh, it is. I just have the wrong size. So make sure you change your size. Make sure it's the right size. I did not do that. Don't even follow my own directions. Like this. Oops. I'm drawing bones, you guys. I have my own little signature boning style. I have like a new collection I'm working on. I have a few dresses that have that in there, and like for now into eternity, I want to make sure all my dresses have my signature boning style. So it's like this V for victory. And you know, we can do that. Like we can create our own unique style of boning. You can create your own unique you know, style of doing your lining. Beyond this, I also talk to designers and help them figure out stuff with their brands, and I also help with manufacturing. And I'm not going to talk about that tonight, but just to say that I'm working with a designer right now who wants to create a unique thing for herself, and so she wanted to have her lining be in her color, or something else she was thinking of too. I'm not going to say that right now, but that was one idea. She had the lining in her color. So like that's something that you can do, and you can even show it in your dresses drawing. I need to select this because she's like kind of hanging out weirdly. So remember I said I might show you this, so I'm not trying to show you guys this right now. Hello, why are you acting like this? We got company. Okay. So I don't want to go too deep into explaining it, but that tool lets you move around elements and change the way they look. And then, you know, I always say, oh, I'm not going to talk. And then I start talking like, be quiet. Okay. I'm filling in my bones. Okay, this side too. And you'll see why in a second. I kind of love for my dresses to look like, my sketches to look like a real dress. So like when my client sees it, she understands this is what I'm getting. This is what she's making for me, you know? So this is why I do what I do, so that my client understands what she's getting. Okay, so see that layer that I first colored in? Now you can see the bones, but I don't want the skirt to be see-through. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna erase all of this. Oops, that's so tiny. Oops, yeah, sorry, I was on the wrong layer again. I told y'all I do it all the time. So I'm clearing all that out. And if you're wondering how is she gonna walk around with this sheer and her boobs out, well, I'm gonna show you guys in a second what to do. Okay. And this is just quick, like if I was really trying to do this for real, I would do a lot more. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some bust cups. So remember I said I like this tool, sorry, not this tool, this it's called gloaming. I love this brush. I love it for shading, but I also love it for creating like little cups. So make a little cup. Because it builds on itself and gets darker, and then you can adjust that layer, and I'm gonna do that in a second. I don't like how that came out the bottom. I'm gonna make a copy of it, so I swipe down with like 3 fingers, and then I press copy, and then I press paste. It pasted into a new layer, so the first one isn't disturbed, and now I can just adjust it here. Okay, and then I'm gonna make these 2 on the same layer, so I'm merging it down. So this is not like what I'm teaching for the class tonight, but I just want y'all to see what I'm doing. You could watch it in the replay if you want to practice what I just showed you, and then I can make it lighter or darker. We're gonna do lighter, and then I need to look for some lace because I want to make her have a lace. I want her dress to be lace, is what I'm saying, at the top. I'm just gonna change the color of this outline. So remember I just showed you guys how to do that. I'm choosing the darkest color in my ivory, not the darkest color, the second to darkest color in my ivory palette. I'm just gonna drop it here. So now she doesn't have that big black outline, but honestly, it doesn't matter. You know, you could make it with that black outline, you cannot, it's up to you. I'm just gonna move this so I can see, because I'm gonna do it to these 2 because I don't want those to be black. Okay. So see that? Like, this is what I love about Procreate. It's all about layers. The layers are how you draw and create, and then the brushes, and then like the little tools like redo, undo, all that stuff. All right, let's grab, I was gonna change the neckline, but I don't want to tonight. I feel like that's a lot because I want to get to you guys' questions. I'm just looking for my lace. I'm gonna move this up. Y'all can see all my business. And it's all good. When I draw on live, I let you guys see the back too, which means sometimes you can see client orders too. All right, so I made these laces. I took some lace from a dress I ended up making more of. So I took these lace, I drew the lace, I don't know what I'm saying. I took the lace, and now I'm going to put it on the dress. On the dress we designed it together. All right, I'm going to the very top of this, which is where the outline is, and I'm going to show you guys how to make sure you know where everything is. But let's do this first. Let's drop that lace, get close to her. So I know a lot of people are using panels, and there are some really nice new ones that are coming out this year. You can use this for panels as well. Some of the panels are really detailed, but honestly, your client don't even know. Like, she doesn't even care. Like, as long as it looks like good and like what she's hoping for, she would love to see you create like a sketch that has those panels on it, you know, so you can use this to create panels as well. I will do a class on and literally I'm just going to give y'all like the tea. It's actually just tracing them. You just use a certain brush to get that effect, you know. I want to leave that piece because I like that, but not this piece. I don't like that. Just delete, delete, delete. Sometimes I grab little pieces because I know I might be able to use them for something, so I just put it to the side. And then here on the sleeve, we're going to do the same thing because I don't like the way it's laid out on the sleeve. I want it to be a little bit more open. And then I'm going to delete here. Actually, I shouldn't delete that one. I love this little piece right here. I just love like to use like pieces like that on my dresses. I'm going to put it here because guess what? There's a little piece that I did not color. And so we covering that up. Covered up my mistake. And then here, I want this to be like a little cuff piece. So I'm hitting down here. I want to flip it upside down. So I'm hitting flip vertical. See that? Flip it, flip it, flip it real good. Okay, like that. Put it there. I'm going to erase on this side. And then I'm just going to fill in. I'm just grabbing some pieces from this. Just like you would do in real life. Like, you know, when you're cutting out applique, you see little pieces you like and little pieces you don't like. So you're taking that piece out, but you're adding this in. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm just doing it on Procreate. I really feel like a lot of you on here are going to do so good because this is actually something that you know how to do. I don't like how that turned out, so I'm going to change it. Oops. Sorry. I want it to be like this, like coming down a little bit. It had too much going on with that. So I like that. And I like to leave a little bit coming over the edge. Also, you guys, I don't typically draw in white. I don't usually draw with white background, but I want it to be easier for y'all to understand what I'm doing. I'm actually going to just copy from here because I like what I did there. And then what's cool is that I can basically just copy this to that arm. See, I don't like how there's that little opening. I just need to close that up. I don't like that. It looks weird and stupid. Yeah, that's good. But I'm going to erase right here because I wouldn't like have it coming over like that in real life. And you kind of want her to understand what she's getting, you know? Nope. Okay, that's good. All right. I'm just going to erase wait, maybe I won't. Maybe we'll just leave it for a second. Okay, now let's make sure we're all on the same layer. When I say we, I don't mean you guys. I want to hope that you know that I didn't give you guys the lace, so you can't do it right now, but I will definitely give you guys lace. And you can also send me some lace if you want me to. I do charge to create that, but if you want me to make your panel, like do a sketch of your panel and then you could just use it, you could send that to me. I like that. I think it's pretty. Okay, so let's drop her down. I think that's pretty. I like that. Okay, so we can stop doing this right now. I do want to talk to you guys and answer any questions that you have. So now I'm going to just look at the questions while you just look at my girl with her bald head. But she looks great. I don't care. I'm going to take this down. Also have it on a stand, but y'all don't see me because I look a mess. So you need to be glad you don't get to see me because I look a mess. All right. Yes, it does. I'm so glad you love it. Yes. So I'm also having this live. You guys will be able to look at this later, okay? And I'm thinking that I can also just send you guys the link as well. I don't know how events work, like if they take it off at a certain point, but I'll send y'all the link because I really want y'all to be able to use this and learn from it. And make sure you use that workbook too. I'm just sliding up to see what questions might be. Okay. Oh no. Okay. So the reason why yours colored the whole page is because I was showing like how you have to make sure it's closed. So I'm just gonna draw a circle real quick. I'm gonna draw a circle. I have to change my brush though. I'm gonna draw it to, I'm gonna use syrup. I'm telling y'all, y'all might love syrup. Syrup is a really good, it fills in everything. Okay, so I'm drawing a circle, right? So see how I didn't close at the top? Now watch. It covers the whole page. I just forgot how to take it off for a second. I don't know what just happened. What you do is you make sure anything that you draw, you have to close the shape. If you close the shape, it fills the shape only in, okay? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna do it one more time. I'll do a different color. Let's do like this random color. I don't know what this color is. I bought a palette at one point and it was like, see that? I just made sure to leave it look like a little curl. I left it not closing, right? Then I'm dragging this in here and now it colored the whole screen. Okay, so we're backing that thing up. Y'all gonna have to get used to the way I talk. Okay, so you back it up and then close it. So close it. So see, that's a close, whatever shape this is. Oops. And then you're dragging and you drop it and it only colors in that shape. Okay, perfect. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. How do you change the shoulders and neckline? Yeah, I can show you real quick. This is what we're gonna have to do that. I want to make a copy of this so I don't mess up the one I already made. All right, so I just made a copy of that. You can just duplicate what you've already made. So that's what I hit, duplicate. I'm gonna just erase this because I made a mistake and didn't hit undo. So if you leave out of your canvas, you can't just undo things. You have to go back. You have to actually erase it or whatever. That's why I'm saying don't draw on the layer that you don't want to be on. I don't know why I made a new layer. Okay, so let's take these colors off because I don't want, well, we can leave this color, but we need to take this color off. Let me just set this back up because holding it is just very dumb. Hold on. Okay. All right, so you see I took off the color of this one so that it's not on the top because I want y'all to see when I change the sleeve. Take off that lace too. It's still here, I'm just moving it. Okay, so this is the body layer. So what you can do is, first of all, it's super simple to erase. Remember that one I showed you guys where I took off the one sleeve? So I just erased, but I'm gonna take off both tops of sleeves. I do need to get that color I'm drawing in so I can draw it back. Okay, so I'm just gonna make this oops. So this is super thick. Still super thick. That is too big. That looks crazy. All right, so I'm just making her I think I used the wrong color, that's why. I'm making her a off the shoulder strapless dress. So see that? I just changed her to an off the shoulder strapless dress. And let me see if I can change this color. I don't know if I hit this one first or maybe it won't work. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Well, so you can see now that I changed the neckline. I'm just gonna make it have off the shoulder sleeves. This sleeve is like bothering me the way it's coming out. Let me show you another way to change things. Again, I was showing you this earlier. This is, oops, that's not working for some reason. This is the warp tool. It's not going to work right now because it's too far out. I'm going to do like this. I'm just going to erase all the way to here. And then I'm connecting these lines. See that? Okay, so see that? And then same thing. I need to erase that little lip that it has right there. Okay, and then I'm just, oops. Okay, and then oops, I don't know why it's coming out like that. I just want it to be closer to the body. So see that? So I just changed the neckline. This is super wide, which I don't love that it's super wide like that. I could fully redraw it. I don't want to. I don't want to fully redraw it. Let's see. Maybe I'll do a different neckline then. So we have this deep V. What if I just imagine like a halter neckline? And like what I love about this is you literally are just drawing. Like you just draw what comes to your mind and then you clean it up. So once I put the lace back, it's gonna be not quite right. So just keep that in mind, since we just took off all that lace and we made that lace fit that deep V with the shoulder. So you literally, you just erase it and now you've created a new look. I'm gonna put this lace on real quick. So what I would do is I would move this lace around. So I'm gonna cut from this shoulder and make sure it's in uniform, and then I'm gonna move it, and then here same thing, cut it from the shoulder and then move it. Okay, and then now I think I'm just gonna place it in here, see if I can make it look halfway decent, as my mom would say. Put this one right here, because I think that if I use that one that I already had is a little bit too big. So as you can see, like if you look at that lace, it's not quite correct. It's like, let me move her. Okay, it's not quite correct because I cut it to fit the other area, but this is just for now, so you can see you really can change the look of the dress. And to me, I was talking to a bridal shop owner, so I've drawn for bridal shop owners who are creating like private label collections. And the bridal shop owner was like, she wanted me to design a bunch of dresses, and to her, she said the dresses are really the skirt, and to me, she's right. Like really, dresses, all wedding dresses are generally, or I'm saying wedding dresses because I mostly do wedding dresses, but a lot of dresses are super similar because all you need to do is change the top, and that's how you get a different dress, and then the skirt is what really makes the dress different. I hope I said that right. That sounds crazy the way I said that. Yeah, I'm just playing around with this. So I literally would redraw that lace, but I was just trying to make it work, just trying to make it do what it do. I'm just gonna layer it on top. So I typically would not do it like this. I would literally redraw that, but I just wanted to see, like, we basically got two dresses out of one dress, right? That's why I said, like, you can use this to build up a library of styles, and then you can show it to your clients. So let me see. I know there's some more questions. I want to make sure I get to them. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I've made a lot of blush pink dresses. Definitely check them out. Okay. Yep. What brush are you using to fill in? Oh, yeah. I did that one. Okay. Yep. Yes, there will be a replay of this. Yes, it's like illusion mesh, and that's actually, and I have more versions of how to do illusion mesh, like really, really good. We can't do it tonight, but I promise y'all, I want to show y'all so many different things, because honestly, I love this. I really do love this. And I want to see y'all drawings, because y'all are some amazing designers. So to see all the designs that's going to come out of y'all, I'm really excited. Okay, so for the lace, I drew it. I drew the lace. And the lace was so I made a dress that had the lace on there, and then I just took a picture of it. Let me see if I can show you. So I just took a picture of it. Can you see that? Can you see it? Let me see if I can move it. Can you see it? So you see, this is a dress I made. This dress is in my studio right now. I actually just did a fashion show. Somebody was wearing it, and I was like, I like this lace. It's pretty simple and pretty. And what I like to do with it, it can take the place of a lot of different laces, So absolutely. Yes. You said, could something similar be done for the rhinestone bodices? Yes. So really, I was actually I was trying to give y'all like a little quick bonus for coming. I was going to try to draw a panel, but one of the panels that I saw was like so extra. I'm like, I need a couple days to do this. So I didn't want to push the class back to show you guys the panel. But In the meantime, if anybody needs me to draw a panel from them, please let me know. I can let you know how much it would cost if you show me the panel, and then I can make that for you, and then you guys can put it on your dresses for this coming prom season. I think that's a really good idea, especially like some of us are making, I made a sample. I can't wait to show y'all this sample, super cute. But I made a sample for prom, and if I want to make more samples and I have orders, I just don't know if I really have time to do that. But I'm thinking maybe I could just draw some, Okay. So I'm not drawing no hair tonight. I'm sorry, because it's almost 10. But I will tell you this. In the beginning, actually, I'll show you guys my simple hair. I'm gonna jump to the simple hair in a second. Okay. And for the lace, I don't remember what brush I used. I'm gonna have to look and really think about it. I use a brush that looks similar to what the lace looks like. That lace is like an embroidered lace. It's not a corded, so it looked kind of like that, like the lace. Yeah. Let's see. So to take a picture, I actually took a picture with my phone. If you can see this picture, I need to move these. Sorry, y'all. Let me just move these girls. Okay, look at this. See, there's my curtain. This is my old curtain in my studio. The dress is on my dress form, and I literally just took a picture of the dress on the form. And I think I just pulled. So yeah, it looks like I pulled the skirt a little bit so you could see the dress. So you can see the lace more flat. Another way to do it, like if the lace is on a dress, you could lay the dress out flat. But honestly, the simplest thing to do, like if you use any specific suppliers, you can ask your supplier for, the pictures, or take the pictures that you have from them. You can do just like what I did when I added the croquis. You just press this here. Oh, sorry. I'm not even showing you. Sorry. You just press right here. Press insert photo, so you would have saved it. You can use your iPad to take the picture. You would save that picture to your iPad. You press the wrench here, press insert a photo, and then you can bring the photo in. Okay. And I can show you guys, like I can do a full, like just go through some lace. So I think what I'm going to do is, like, I like this idea of doing like really quick mini lessons. So I can show you like how you put the picture in, how you choose a brush for it, how you sketch it out, how you copy it, and blah, blah, blah. And that'll be like little reels. And maybe it's because I just did a longer class, if that makes sense. So I can try that. Okay. I didn't use a clipping mask, actually, though. I actually just took a picture. So for me, like I've seen people do that, they do the clipping mask, or what's another way? That's what I know of. They do the clipping mask. I used to do that more in Illustrator. For me, I feel like it's easier not to do that in this. It's actually easier just to take a picture of it and then trace over it. That's what I do. But I know like a lot of people use a clipping mask. I don't even know how to do it in Procreate, to be honest. But I actually like to draw it because I can change the color easy too. So you saw like I had a bunch of different colors here. I have white, off-white, black, and ivory, and then I might even do like a red one because I got a red dress I'm working on, so like I like to just draw it. Okay, so I was talking about masking. So that was a different thing. I was talking about doing a mask for filling in the full color of the gown, not for so much the doing the lace. Like I said, like I don't even know how to do that. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, good. I'm so glad you got the dress filled in. The coloring tool for the background. What do you mean? If you could tell me what you mean by that, I can tell you. So actually, let me show you my plus size girl. I have a couple of them actually. Let me show you my plus girl. I don't want to show that one because that's actually a client. I don't want to do that. But this is one of my curvy girls. I have several curvy croquis I make, and I'm gonna show y'all how I make them. So this was not like, I didn't do the 10 heads or 11 heads like what I learned in school. I actually don't even use that type of stuff. I'll show you what I did. I'll create, like we should just do another class. I think that would be a good idea. Okay. Yeah, so I do think it was the sketching brushes. I just don't know. Let me see. There's not like no way for me to tell right now anyway, because that one was really old. Like I did that last year after I made that dress. Where are you? Okay. So if you see close up, so this one I layered it. So as you can see, it's gray underneath. Yes. Okay. So that is the syrup. So that's syrup. See that? Oh, I'm not even showing you. Sorry. So this is syrup. See that? It's thick. And this is a smaller, like I didn't even make it large enough. Sorry, y'all. I'm holding the phone now, so it's a little bit different. It's a little bit difficult. So I don't know. Did I do sketching for this one? Let me see. Nope. So you might notice I have a lot of brushes because I've made some brushes, but I'm not ready to release them just yet. Just like I said, like trying to download, yeah, that's right, that the color underneath, yep. And I don't do it for every single one. Like this one has it, this white one has it. I think the ivory doesn't. No, I lied, the ivory does, but the black doesn't, right? No, the black does. All of them do. I just lied. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. All right. Do y'all feel like Friday night is a good night to work on some sketching? Let me know. Let me know. Also, I do want to offer this. So I will be, launching a full course for this. I'm thinking around the beginning of September. I have a lot of stuff to work on for it. So that's why I didn't try to do a hard sell on y'all tonight. I do want to know and understand what y'all want and what y'all want to learn. And I want to make sure you have like all the templates so that you can just be working and churning out sketches for your clients. But in the meantime, if you have seen tonight and you're like, I want to get better, like ASAP, we can do a class, not next week. Actually, next week is my birthday. So I'm actually going to be out of town, but we could do a class where I kind of go through very specific things and teach you how to draw a specific dress and then show you how you can use it for something else. So that can be a class we do on Friday nights. So maybe the Friday after next. And then with the course, like I want it to be crazy. I want it to be so much and so comprehensive that you could draw whatever you want, any night for you. I will also add, I usually go live Monday through Friday nights. So just like how I wasn't, so, at a certain point, I stopped going through the workbook and just started drawing. Just come in and watch me, so I'm not going to do it tomorrow or Sunday because like I'm getting ready for my vacation. But after my birthday, so my birthday is on, what day is my birthday? I don't even know what my birthday is. It's the 15th, whatever day that is. It's not Tuesday. Okay, that's Tuesday. So yeah, so after I come back from my birthday, I would love to sketch every night. It's going to be different than the course. So there won't be a workbook. It'll just be me drawing, but you can still watch. The replays are always on my Facebook page. Like literally you can go right now and check out some of the videos I did and just, yeah, I'll do it slower. Okay. I usually go live 9:30 p.m. EST. Does that work? Does that make sense? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm turning 42. Yeah, 42. I can't believe it. Yeah. I was thinking of changing the time of doing this class, like during the day. I know some people work though, so I don't know. 9:30 though works for me. I have 3 children. I got 3 little kids. Actually, one is 16, one is 9, and one is 3. So I think during the day could work, but at night I can't do anything before 9:30. Okay, so I just want to let y'all know. Feel free to DM me if you have specific questions, anything that you want to know. If you want to check out those tools, I'm trying to create a Amazon storefront. Yeah. That's so awesome. Yes, that's what I feel too. Like the fact is, the amount of fabric, the amount it costs for fabric and all the stuff we need to make dresses, I feel like sketching is a great way to be done, like it's a great way to get those ideas out of your head. Like if you saw how many sketches I have, and I know I should just do some videos just showing like every mermaid dress I did, every A-line dress I did, every dress with a split, all those dresses. I think that would be really cool just so you can see. And then also I can show you guys the different templates that I've made for it and how you can create so many different dresses from one template. It's kind of like patterns. you know, how you can turn a pattern into different things. So for where to recommend other silhouettes, so I will tell you, I'm not going to recommend it, but I am going to say that you can get them on Etsy. I don't recommend, just because I think that they weren't designed with a designer in mind, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's not designed with a designer in mind. It's kind of more for like a person who just wants to draw. I do have a lot of those that I purchased, and like I end up not even using them. So I do think you gotta sleep. Oh yes, awesome. Also, I have a lot of templates for ruffle gowns, because at one point I was just ruffling it out. Like the one I showed, this one, you guys can't see the bottom of it, so it just went away as soon as I did that. Yeah. But yeah, this one right here, this is a ruffle dress. You know what, let's just look at some sketches. How about that? Let me just put this back up, because I'm just holding it, moving all over the place. Sorry. All right, so see this right here? This is where I start drawing hair. I like to make it big so I can see. So this was me drawing hair for a client to try to match her hairstyle. Here's another one. I try to do quick sketches, and I also try to do like longer sketches. And if you see multiples of these, it's because I like to try to make sure I don't miss some of the elements I made. So that's why I have multiple of them. And sometimes I change the color. Like I just showed, this one dress right here the other day, and in a blush color, because I've been doing the whole Barbie pink thing. So like here's some more mermaids. This was for a client. I try to not show my client work too much. So check this out. So see this one here. Let me move him here. So see this one here and this one here. That's actually the same dress, just different tops. So here, this is the one that's on the cover of the workbook. And this one was for a client. So you see how you can make them look super different? And just think about how you could show that to your client. Be like, look, here's some ideas, you know? Honestly, I've saved sales that way by showing them so many different ideas. Let's see. So this is one of my gowns on my line. This is my plus size girl again. I used to only draw my plus size girl a lot. I love this dress right here. I really want to make it. I'm all about the tiers and asymmetrical layers and whatnot. I love this dress too. I want to make that as well. This is a maid costume. Don't even worry about it. This is another version of that mermaid again. I was making multiples of it. This one, I don't like the way that skirt turned out, but I did like how the top turned out. So sometimes I even play around with different skirts and different styles. This one right here, I want to make, I don't like that color, this color. I like the green color. So I want to make a collection of like day dresses and, you know, shorter evening dresses. And then also notice my clouds in the back. I used to draw everything on a light blue background because that's my brand color. I recently switched it up to be white in the background with light blue clouds. Come up with a way to make your sketches stand out. See, this is my new style. This is my new style, but that's my old style. Also try to draw a face on her. I don't like the way that face looks. Don't look at it. This is that lace again, because I use it often. Like a lot of times when a bride is like, oh, I want to dress with lace, I will use this lace in place of the lace, and then we'll look for it, you know? And then I love this dress, you guys. Oh my God. I love it. I love it so much. And I love it because she got her natural hair too. So let me tell you something about drawing hair. For me, drawing hair is so difficult. Even when I drew on paper, it was difficult for me. So it usually takes me some time to do it, but I can whip out something like this real easy. So I definitely think I should start sharing. So this is what we were working on tonight, this girl and her dress. So this is Jasmine and this is her dress. So this is what we had going on tonight. And this was that, you know, that real popular prom dress style. Like I literally probably will make a prom dress like this too. But I can show my customers different versions of it. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked it. All right. So that's it. That's it. Yes, I'm gonna show you guys all the shading, all the shadows, and it's super easy. It's super easy. So that's it. But hit me up if you have any questions. If there's anything that you want to learn, or maybe I should just make a quick video about it, just let me know. I have so many more sketches in here, y'all. I want to show y'all one of my really old sketches, like the worst of the worst. Oh my gosh, so bad. So I think this was already on here, like when you first get Procreate. So see that this is a croquis in here that I had to upload and draw on. So this is like my first girl. Oh, so terrible, so terrible. This one, I really loved it. I thought it was so cool, and I wanted to try to put my sketches in front of realistic backgrounds, because I feel like she would wear this, you know. I thought she would wear it for that place, for that kind of wedding, you know. Yeah, I was drawing some lingerie. I want to make some lingerie. So this is the first sketch that I made, the very first sketch that I made on Procreate that I gave to a customer. I'm shocked that but like my progress has been phenomenal, but this one right here, sometimes I'll be like, I wish I could do that over, because like this, like I did pretty good with it, and she loved it, and she bought the dress. But I'm just saying, like, everything's way different now. Here's the back. See that? Yeah, I would try like different shapes, so like play around with shapes, play around with textures. I used to make dress forms, so see that? I used to draw dress forms because my thing used to be dress forms. This was my first drawing of a dress that I actually made, so I just kind of wanted to make it in Procreate. So here's one version and here's the other version, and I thought it was so good. I was so proud of myself. I really was. I'm still proud of myself. Here's another one. So yeah, so like, just imagine your progress is going to be dope. It's going to be dope. It's going to be so good. Like, watch. I was trying to like do some art with head wraps, because I used to wear head wraps a lot. So I was trying to do some artwork. I might still do it. Look at that. All right. Yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. This was supposed to go to 9:15, but I knew it wasn't going to. Yes. Absolutely. We absolutely do. And honestly, I think that y'all gonna do great, because you know, you can ask questions, you can learn new things. Y'all gonna love it. I really love Procreate, so I'm so glad that y'all watched tonight. And hit me up if you have any questions. So I will see you guys real soon. Bye.